So hi guys, welcome back to my channel. I am Mansur, watching your tech and coding channel MyCodeWorks. So guys, we are going to continue with the previous video where we saw how to serialize a Java Pojo class to JSON object. Now we are going to see how to convert the particular JSON response from the API endpoint. We are going to convert the particular JSON response to Java Pojo class object, and we are going to print it, and we are going to see. So how we are going to do? Let's see. Okay. So directly I will jump inside the same thing. In previous video we saw that we need to install Jackson data bind. So that it's a serializer, basically general data binding functionality for Jackson, works on core streaming API. It will serialize your Java class to JSON, and again this is also there. So where we can convert the particular this JSON response to Java class. So we are going to create a class with, in previous video we saw, right? So today we are going to see that this JSON from Pojo, I mean JSON to Pojo, right? So if I say that JSON to Pojo, so in previous video we saw that while creating a user we are getting this response, that is name, job, ID and created, right? So the same way we are going to store this data in Java object. So we need a class where we are able to store this data, right? So we are going to create a, simply if I say that class user response, okay, where we can do one thing, private string name, private string job, private string ID and private string created at, okay. So getter, setter, okay. So these things, and we are going to convert or store this as a user response dot java, okay. So we are going to create this Java class. Let's directly jump into Eclipse. So I will create it here, and let's create the class user response, okay, dot java. So inside I will define the variable string name, private string job, private string ID, private. So let's do one thing, check whether the ID is string. Okay, so ID is string, private string created at, okay, this is also a string, okay. Now we are going to create the getter setter. Let's create the getter setter. You can use Lombok also to generate by default, which will generate the getter setter, but we need to annotate with the Lombok data and getter and setter, okay. So I will create getter setter of this, all this field and then we are going to create the constructor using fields, okay, constructor using fields and let me close this. I'm going to create a default constructor super class, okay. So let's generate that constructor and toString, source toString with all the fields. I created a Pojo of user response, okay. So what I'm going to do, learn deserialization, or simply what I will do, I will convert this as a, rename it, let's rename it, okay. So let's rename it serialization and deserialization, deserialization, okay, learn serialization, deserialization. And inside this, if you go, as you can see that we are serializing the data here. Now I'm going to deserialize it, okay. So I will create as a response. So in this video we are going to see how to extract the response and store it somewhere, okay, in VDD style, okay. So I'm going to do one thing, I'm going to do user response user okay, equals RestAssured.given accept the same and pass the same user, let the same in the same video we are going to convert the particular serialization and deserialization, the same method I can do. So convert or store it, I mean save the particular users, and after that status code be verified. Now I will use extract method. We have one called extract. Now I'm going to use as we have one method called as get the body and map it to Java object. You can see that as class we have to just provide the class. So which class you want to map this, the whatever response is coming. So what I'm going to do, as you can see, Jackson or JSON. So how they are going to do is, if you want to understand how we are going to see, then you can simply pass the things, right? So what I'm going to do, as I will say as okay, so I will pass the class format. Okay, basically what I'm going to pass, user response dot class. Okay, if I pass this, so it will take this is the input and it will map all the fields to the this. But before that, we have to mark each field. So here, each field we have to mark it as a JSON parameter. Okay, so JSON parameter we have to mark. If you're not marking, let's see what will happen. Okay, so it's showing something abstract. It's showing something. Okay, so at last we have to provide this semicolon, and let's run it. Okay, so I'm going to run this code test, and let's see whether we are able to deserialize the particular user response or not. Okay, and after deserialization, we are going to print the, let's print pojo class object. Okay, so how are we going to print the pojo class object? We have, if you see, the test case got passed, and I think it's coming under user response, right? So as user response have print to string method, so I'm going to use that one. Okay, so what I'm going to do, system sysout, okay, user u response, right? U response dot to string. Okay, so dot to string will print the particular object. Again, I will run this code and let's see whether we are able to. I will remove this log all, and then so that we should get the only on console we should get this system.out.println data, not this log all data. Okay, so let's see whether we are getting or not. I will again run it again. I just commented out while executing. Till that, if you have subscribed my YouTube channel, please do subscribe and click on bell icon for more updates. So if you see it executed, and what I will do, it's in log. As you can see that in user response, it's printing ram leader id and created at something this. So this is a perfect pojo class user response, and we are able to print it as a Java object, right? So if you can see, so this is how we are serializing and deserializing the JSON, or converting the pojo to JSON or JSON to pojo, right? And in this way we can work with the things, either it's a big JSON input or body, so we can deal with the things, right? So that's all in today's video. I hope you were able to understand and able to deserialize the object, JSON object to Java object. Thanks for watching this video. We'll meet in this video with new content. Till then, bye bye.